Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky brought his call for support against Russia's invasion to a Group of 7 summit today to Japan, where leaders of the world's richest democracies agreed to tighten sanctions against Moscow and lower exposure to China. The Ukrainian president's attendance at the G7 summit in Hiroshima, the first city to suffer a nuclear attack, put in sharp relief to Western concerns over the nuclear threat posed by Russia. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Preparations gear up for Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal's visit to India. Dahal claims his upcoming India visit will be historical. Resolving border dispute main agenda. Police prepare to hand investigation report on fake Bhutanese refugee scam to the district government's attorney's office. 5 individuals accused of carrying out works against the nation. The government, which speaks of good governance and transparency, hiding decisions of the cabinet. All decisions since 18th of April not made public. Citizens deprived from their right to information. And Sadabatu Youth Club blank 3-star club 2-0 to climb to the 4th spot of the Martyrs Memorial A-Division League table. William Okopu scores both the goals in the win. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal, who has assumed the country's top executive post for the 3rd time, has geared up to begin his foreign country visit from neighboring India. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has begun preparations for the Premier's visit to India soon after the budget announcement in the Parliament on 29th of May. Prime Minister Dahal has said that his visit to India this time around will be different and historical. After assuming the prime ministerial post for the 3rd time, Dahal has sidelined his visit to other nations, saying that he will begin his foreign visit from neighboring India. Dahal's visit to India was discussed on several occasions for almost 5 months since he assumed his duties, while preparations are finally being made for him to leave for India next week. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has also begun preparations for the trip. The ministry is preparing agendas by prioritizing issues like hydroelectricity projects, expansion of transmission lines, freight and airline services, among others. Likewise, preparations are being made to also include the border issue in the agendas. Issues like the construction of electric railway from India's Raxaul to Kathmandu and cross-border crime control must also be included in the agendas. The Premier's visit to India could be considered historical if he succeeds in reclaiming the missing areas of the latest map of Nepal. Meanwhile, Premier Dahal's visit will be considered a continuity to the past trend of foreign visits if he returns by signing only a few agreements for new projects. The police have concluded their investigation on the fake Bhutanese refugee scam and have prepared a report on the case. Police are preparing to provide recommendations to the Office of the Government Attorneys to file cases on organized crime and 6 other laws violated. According to police source, a total of 32 individuals, including 16 who have been arrested and another 16 who are absconding, have been made defendants in the case. The police, who have prepared a report along with the suggestion to file cases for violating 6 different laws, have also been coordinating with the Office of the Attorney General. Apart from filing cases on organized crime and racketeering, preparations are being made to file cases on carrying out works against the nation, corruption, money laundering, against former Home Minister Balkrishna Khand, former Deputy Prime Minister Top Bahadur Raemaji, former Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa's security advisor Indrajit Rai, Balkrishna Khand's then personal secretary Narendra Keshi, and Teknath Rijal. Likewise, cases of organized racketeering and forgery will be filed against those arrested who were not associated with government employment. Apart from former Home Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa's son Pratik and Indrajit Rai's son Neeraj, cases against the other 14 individuals will be filed, putting them in the list of fugitives. The police are making preparations to turn in the complete report to the district government's attorney's office by tomorrow afternoon. On several occasions, the government has stressed on the importance of good governance and transparency. However, it has failed to abide by its commitments. The government has been making decisions on popular issues, while issues that draw criticisms are kept secret. Decisions made by government have not been uploaded on government websites since 18th of April last month. Decisions made by the Office of the Prime Minister have not been made public on the government website since 18th of April, while 6 meetings have been held since then. As per the legal provision, all government decisions must be transparent. Article 6 of the Good Governance Act states that transparency, objective, accountability, and sincerity are the main basis of operation of administrative offices. However, the government itself has not made public the decisions made by the cabinet. Prior to this, the government led by CPN-UML chairperson KP Sharma Oli and Nepali Congress President Sher Bahadur Deuba had been alleged of failing to maintain transparency. According to the Sub-Rule 2A of Rule 34 of the Work Execution Regulation, cabinet decisions other than those that are sensitive in terms of national security can be made public after 24 hours. Prior to the year 2063 of the Nepali calendar, cabinet decisions were provided upon request. However, they were not made public. Since the Nepali year 2064, the government started making public the cabinet decisions through various means. The cabinet decisions started being uploaded on the website of the Office of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers since 11th of April 2010. None of the prior governments were found to have given continuity to publicizing government decisions. The current government has also given continuity to the trend of hiding decisions that draw criticisms. Majority of such decisions are related to political appointments, financial assistance, foreign visits, and various policy-level irregularities. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you, how do you assess the government's policies and programs? 39% voted for A, continuity of previous programs, 15% voted for B, successful in raising hopes, and 46% voted for C, depends on implementation. And here's today's question. Why has the government that speaks of good governance and transparency kept cabinet decisions secret? Your options are A, ill intention, B, breaching right to information, and C, normal process. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked people in several provinces regarding their views on the government's policies and programs. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मलको कारखाना खोल्ने जस्ता कुराहरू छन् त्यो अलि सम्भव हुन होला कि जस्तो लाग्छ।
नीति तथा कार्यक्रम चाहिँ वास्तव भन्नुपर्दाखेरि जनतासम्म पुग्ने अवस्थाको रहेन।
हिजो ल्याएको नीति तथा कार्यक्रम चाहिँ सरकारले कार्यान्वयन गर्छ भन्ने मलाई पटक्कै लागेको छैन।
आफूहरूलाई राम्रै छ सरकारलाई, जनतालाई राहत चाहिँ केहीमा पनि छैन।
आउन त राम्रै आउँछ तर काम हुँदैन। कार्यक्रम चाहिँ भित्र अलिकति अस्पष्ट हो कि
नीति तथा कार्यक्रम प्रत्येक वर्ष आउँछ तर उपलब्धिमूलक हो केही आउन जहिले पनि आउँछ उस्तै किसिमको आउँछ।
It's time now for the international update. The G7 leaders have agreed to support Ukraine for as long as it takes in the face of Russia's illegal war of aggression, according to a joint statement issued today. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has reached Japan for the G7 summit, where he is meeting world leaders. Shortly after his plane landed, Zelensky tweeted that peace will be closer as a result of meetings at the summit of rich allied nations. It comes after the U.S. announced it would allow allies to give fighter jets to Ukraine, including F-16s. In response, Russia warned that Western countries would be running colossal risks if they supplied Ukraine with F-16 jets. G7 leaders have released the summit's final communique, which touches on how the group wants to support Ukraine against the Russian invasion. The G7 has pressed China to pressure its strategic partner Russia to end its war on Ukraine. U.S. President Joe Biden informed G7 leaders that Washington will support a joint effort to train Ukrainian pilots on F-16 fighter jets. China's embassy in Japan says it is gravely concerned about the recent signs of negative China-related moves at the G7 summit.
Sports News.
Sadabata Youth Club blanked 3-star club 2-0 today to climb to the 4th spot of the Martyrs Memorial A Division League table. In the last 19th round match played at the Dashrath Stadium in Tripureshwar today, Aditya Shakya failed to give 3-star an early lead as his strike from inside the D-box flew wide above the crossbar in the 27th second of the match. William Okopu opened the scoring for Sadabatu Youth Club in the 25th minute. Okopu scored his personal second goal of the match in the 47th minute to extend Sadabatu's lead to 2-0. Sadabatu held on to the lead to secure 3 full points. With the win, Sadabatu have climbed to the 4th position of the points table with 29 points from 19 matches. Meanwhile, 3-star with 26 points from 19 matches have dropped from the 4th spot to the 5th following today's loss. The 20th round of matches of the A Division League will start from tomorrow. Rajpura Pachai has won the women's category of the 11th Kantipur Half Marathon held this morning. Likewise, Mukesh Bahadur Pal has won the men's category of the event. The men's champion Mukesh Pal clocked 1 hour 6 minutes and 45 seconds to clinch the Kantipur Half Marathon run. Mukesh had finished 3rd in the last edition of the run. Tribhuvan Army's Rajan Rokaya finished 2nd with a timing of 1 hour 7 minutes and 55 seconds. The 3rd place went to Tirtha Bahadur Pun, who could produce a timing of 1 hour 9 minutes and 18 seconds. The women's category was defended by Rajpura Pachai, who clocked 1 hour 19 minutes and 16 seconds to come first. The 2nd place went to Ram Maya Buddha with a timing of 1 hour 23 minutes and 0.7 seconds. Armed Police Forces Pushpa Bhandari stood 3rd with a timing of 1 hour 24 minutes and 31 seconds. Both the category winners were awarded with 100,000 rupees each. The 2nd placed winners received 50,000 rupees, while 3rd placed runners bagged 30,000 rupees each. The wheelchair women's category was won by Aishwarya Kumari as she timed 10 minutes 9.78 seconds to cover the 3-kilometer run. The men's category was won by Ramesh Khatri, who produced a timing of 7 minutes 26.74 seconds. Bikesh Kimire finished 1st in the men's segment of the corporate run, while Sunita Marjan clinched the top podium place in the segment. In the college run, Prakash Jung Basnet finished 1st in the men's category, while Susan Karki won the women's segment. The Kantipur Half Marathon was held this morning with a slogan, "Let's go green together." Around 4,700 professional and non-professional athletes took part in the event across the 4 categories. The category college run was included for the first time in the Kantipur Half Marathon. Cash prizes were distributed in other categories as well. And it's time now for the weather update. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.